Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, Divine Messenger. So we've got 3344 available for our time for this reading. I just seen that, so that caught my eye. Normally I look closer to the end of the reading, how much time I have available. So there's something significant with the 3s and the 4s. Anyways, let's see what's going on with this energy today. We're in the Leo new moon energy. Right away, death is coming out. Okay, so there's definitely an ending. With the Chariot here, there's definitely movement. Now, this could be energetically. There's the moon energy coming out. You know, this moon has been a big reveal. Okay, new moons are about setting intentions, but I also say too that they're about releasing and letting go of old cycles and patterns so you can step into the new. That's why I always say that whatever moon cycle it is, you should still always be closing out cycles, setting new intentions. I taught my children at a very young age to always wish upon the full moons. Even though it's a time of releasing, it kind of gets you in that mindset as well for creation and to give it time. So very powerful energy. There's this determined energy that I'm feeling, and right away I see determination on the Chariot. Control, conquest, success, ambition. For some of you, you really are releasing things, because for a lot of you, maybe you needed to have, like, I'm hearing full disclosure. You know, sometimes you need to have closure to be able to move on, and for some of you, it's a very powerful thing to not always need that and just be able to do that. But for some of you, maybe you got some real revelations, realizations under this full moon, right? Oh my gosh. And the Two of Cups came out, look. Maybe for some of you realizing that all along this was set to teach you to love yourself, that you needed to find that love within. Sometimes we're put in challenging situations to teach you to do just that, to love yourself. But what's interesting is what was paired with the Two of Cups, out came the King of Cups. So, with the Six of Swords, now this looks like moving away. You know, Six of Swords is about moving away from turbulent times, from cycles, patterns, struggle. The Two of Cups was underneath. The King of Cups was under the Two of Cups. So maybe you don't see that there is somebody that is very loving and caring that I felt is going to be coming in for you. Because I'm getting this energy like somebody's like moving in as you're moving away from something, or you're being guided right to a King of Cups and you're unaware of it. Now what's interesting is in the last reading I was talking about, for some of you, like, you've had somebody that has gotten in the way between, it's kind of been siphoning off of your energy, right? And that you've been in this very beautiful, loving energy. And if that's you, then literally by having something removed that was creating a blockage, well, then it's going to align you with the energy that you were putting out. So that's why they could be coming in a lot quicker. What just flew here? Nine of Wands. I picked it up reversed, but I'm not sure how it came out. Maybe you were at a point where you were putting down your boundaries. You were feeling weakness, cowardice, illness. Maybe for a little while, like some of you were going through some things. Like something that I finally realized is when I got tested and challenged the other day, and I was put into an energetic frequency of like fight or flight mode. Really, it was like survival, where I needed to protect myself. And yeah, danger's on this card. But I realized that I'm in a much stronger place than I was a couple months ago. Like, I realized that it triggered my nervous system, but not in a way as it did where I felt injured and paralyzed months before, because being under extreme amounts of stress can put a toll on your nervous system. And I realized that I had one incident that really like affected me heavily, and it took me a couple months to heal from that. And it was like I felt it got triggered again, but this time it showed me that I recovered right away from it, you know. It didn't put me down a path right away, or it didn't take It took about 2 hours for me to calm myself back down instead of like 2 months, right? So I realized that I'm in a much stronger position, that I've been undergoing a lot of healing here. What else happened? We've got the Two of Wands here, the Three of Swords, Ten of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. See, sadness, emotional pain, a lost love, difficulties in a relationship, self-harm, irritability. All of this came out while the Nine of Wands was tossed on the floor here. See, excessive defense, failure of defense, stubbornness, poor health, loss of style. So I don't know if this is energy that you're connecting with, or if this is part of your energy, right? Now, upright, it's strengthening, protecting yourself, guard, territorial integrity, alert, precautionary, physical strength, and fight for yourself. This is the energy I'm getting, that you're defending yourself. You're having boundaries up. Okay, maybe in the past you were weak and you didn't have these, so maybe like I was saying, like you were tested, right? Let's see. I'm going to put these back though. We're going to get some more cards and see. Oh, I see here. I'm building a little fort. Oh, how cute. Oh, yeah, look. So we've got the Devil coming out with the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So you could have been dealing with somebody that was in their darker side, their darker energy, being very possessive and controlling, that I'm getting. Maybe, I mean, with the Eight of Pentacles, this is talking about work. Maybe it's somebody that you work with, okay, or you worked with or something. Self-improvement, enthusiasm, saving, diligence, dedication. Maybe somebody you wanted to work with. Maybe somebody you wanted to build with. But somebody was like very controlling. I mean, sometimes the King of Pentacles can be just an energy of like really wanting something. I'm getting here, somebody wanted to take something from you that like you put a lot of work into. Like somebody was like after your resources, your finances, the things that like you were creating. I mean, take what's for you. Any part that's not fitting, leave it out. These pages keep coming out. This page energy. It's like I'm trying to dismiss it. I don't know why. Page of Wands. An important and exciting message. Courage, optimism, leadership, enthusiasm, self-motivation, courage. And the Four of Cups. See, don't miss out on an opportunity or dismiss something because of like this heavy energy. You know, just like how I was wanting to dismiss the page that I was just looking at, but then it came out in my face. Like, so, you know, with the Four of Cups, you could perceive that as missing an opportunity. Like, something's going to be right in front of you. Like, you're not going to miss when this comes in, but don't be so quick to dismiss it because of what had happened here with this King of Pentacles. See how this Four of Cups, like, he's holding the cup, like, you know, it even looks like a different cup. I'm seeing that now. Out of all four of these cups, these, if you look at the cups, these have, there's different, I don't know what they're called, the stems on the cup. I don't know, it's not going to zoom in, but if you look like, it's not zooming in, it has like a triangle bottom on the top, and then those are just the standard, you know, cups with the, with the stems or whatever. But the cup is different, that's what I'm getting at. And this is a different type of love that's coming in. It's not the same type of love. And you might be thinking that, oh, this is just going to be another type of love, like another person that has woundings, another, like, especially for my empaths, my chosen ones, like, we know that we attract, like, people that are broken. Like, that's something that I look at. Like, all of my previous relationships, they all had severe trauma, severe healing that I gave them, right? And it was like, why did I dismiss that with my last lover? Like, he had a very, very big wounding that I took on. Because I always feel even the ones that are the most wounded deserve love too. So, but then I've realized, like, maybe it's because I'm a healer and I always get into relationships with the ones I'm supposed to be healing, right? So then I'm like, well, how was I to even know that I wasn't supposed to? Because then I have this mindset, like, all my contracts are just going to come towards me, and I've kind of always known that. But then I'm like, well, maybe I just need to not pursue love, because clearly, like, I can't pick or whatever, but I don't want it to turn out to be destructive, right? And maybe it has to do a lot with, for a lot of you, that, like, you felt like you were cursed or whatever because you'd see everyone and everything get used against you, or people turn on you and stuff, and if they weren't strong enough to fight off the things coming their way, then they would be succumb to the darkness. The lovers. See, there's the soulmate coming in here. Because, see, it's like, I know that whenever I get together with somebody, that I give them confidence, I make them feel the love that they've never felt before, that it gives them all this confidence, but instead of reciprocating it back to me, my lovers have always taken that confidence and went somewhere else, taken it to, you know, like, yay, I have this confidence now. And now let me see who else I can get, instead of just picking me, you know? Instead of just giving it back to me, it's like, oh, wow, you gave me this thing, so now let me go find another, like, so it's happened to me over and over and over again, right? Where it's just like more than 3 times, I could keep going, you know what I mean? So that's what I mean, but, this is different. That's, I mean, so for some of you, like, if we, especially for the ones that have had multiple contracts, you're just like, I'm so over this. Like, it's just going to happen again and again and again. The remote?
Yeah, let's see that coming on. Oh, now. Okay.
Oh, no, something scary coming on, right?
Let's do it.
Okay, shh. But anyways, the love that's coming in here is different. It's a different type of love. So... that's the message that's the message that they're coming out with. The strongest, I guess, is how I'm gonna label. Stop it! He's sleep talking over there. I don't know what came out of his mouth when he's sleep talking. I looked at the clock at 12:44 too. That could be a message. So, different type of love coming in. Alright, let's find out more about this. Tell me more about this different... Was that just the Ace of Cups? I swear it was. I swear I just did the Ace of Cups. Well, let me see. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it's the Wheel of Fortune. It's upside down. But, you know, they'd be having me do that. They'll be flipping this deck. With the 10 of Pentacles. This is no mistake. Highest timeline. Like, I feel that you're done with these karmic contracts. I feel there were karmic contracts that you had. And I've been talking a lot about that and the promise coming in. Your highest timeline. Yeah, it's time for you to get what's fair. 6 of Pentacles. For some of you, maybe this ended too for your highest timeline. Some of you could have thought that you were in alignment with your highest timeline. You were not. You were not. Maybe somebody was, like, marrying you, mimicking your true soulmate. Maybe somebody thought that they could play your divine lover, right? You can't take someone else's contract. You can't. So, yeah. But the frequency I have on right now says self-love increase. Maybe for some of you that's why this was able to go on, because you needed more healing. Let's see. There's an Emperor that's coming in here. There's a 9 of Pentacles and 2 of Pentacles. Because of free will, you get to choose. But I feel that you needed to fully see something for as it was. 2 of Cups. That could be why so much is being revealed too. You know, you get to choose. What is here on top? 9 of Cups reversed. Cannot be satisfied, frivolous, self-indulgent. I feel this is who you were entertaining. Unrealistic dreams, hedonism, arrogant, greedy, superficial, hollow, financial loss, and abuse. Yeah, so you're juggling here. And this is 9-9. 9 of reverse, 9 of cups. And we got 9-9-9 out in the reading earlier. Maybe you guys feel guided to take a look at that. It's going to be easy to decide. Yes. You know what I mean? Just choose yourself. It's going to fully align you with everything. And that's what I mean. 9 of Wands. There's fast-moving energy here that's coming in next to this Lover. See, there's competition here with the 5 of Wands and the Sun, but it's fully going to be illuminated what is for you. You have choices with the 7 of Cups, but wish fulfillment is here, for sure. But see, this Knight of Wands is going to come in fast to try to block you. I always say when the real offer is coming in, then there's something coming in trying to block it. So where's the block, right? Here's the Hierophant. New contracts. 1644, I just seen as the source code number. Angel number. I keep hearing riddled, like, you know, there's so many signs and synchronicities and messages that are riddled with things to lead you down, down other pathways. I don't know why they want me to call out the spirit animal that I seen. Like, the best messages and stuff that you can get are instead of, like, the numbers and the codes and synchronicities are very beautiful, but if you really want very powerful signs, messages, synchronicities, look at the ones that you get from Mother Nature, right? Like today, literally, I seen the most beautiful thing. I had seen a bee that was carrying a leaf, and it looked like the leaf was stuck to the bee. And I was thinking, like, it was a big bee too, like a bumblebee or whatever, but I was like, what is this bee doing? I'm like, is the leaf stuck on the bee? Because, you know, I was like, maybe it got stuck on it, like with the honey or whatever. I was thinking, like, because I've never seen a bee. I'm like, the bees literally carry, you know, the nectar or whatever to the hive to make the honey. Like, they don't carry leaves. Like, what is that? But no, but I watched this bee, and it was going around me, and I watched it go right into the wall, right outside my door. And I was like, oh my God, like it went in there. And then they showed me a vision of like a honey hive, beehive right inside the walls. And I know that I've seen how they can do that, build their hives or whatever. And I looked it up, and there is an actual certain type of bee that literally cuts pieces of leaves and carries them to the hive for protection, to protect the larvae, the bees, right, the baby bees and stuff. And I was just like, oh my gosh, so how neat that was. And like, that is their only job, right? So I was looking up the symbolism of that. I don't remember, but I'm sure you can look it up, the bees that but there was a certain name behind it. So I thought that was really neat to get to see that and to look that up, right? I always pay attention to those little things, you know, like even when you're seeing like a certain spirit animal guide message, like that leaf was so little that was on that bee, but I was like, what is that green on that bee? You know what I mean? So I was investigating it, watching it, and I was thinking like, oh my gosh, like, so that was really neat that I got to see that, and they kept showing me that. So they wanted that to come out in this reading. So for some of you, look up the symbolism behind the bees that carry the leaves. I forget what it's called, but the symbolism behind it was so beautiful. It was about being strong and being resilient, and it definitely is fitting with this message and me talking about the nervous system and being more strong and secure and all of that. I feel that message is going to go out for some of because I did a reading earlier and I didn't feel to mention it, but I did in this one. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to close out this reading. I'm going to leave that there. I'm sending love and light to all of you. Definitely watch whatever you feel guided to. Know that all my readings are timeless. But I'm always going to let you know about the energies that we're connecting with, like especially this Leo new moon energy. Okay, which is very strong. I keep seeing that moon, even though it was a full or a new moon. Right, but I keep picking up the moon, and it's beautiful. I was guided to this deck. Like, you know how many moons there are in the cards? Like, there's so many moons. You see them in each of these cards. This has got to be like my deck that has the most amount of moons. That's the sun, I think, in that one, but guiding this. Things are just being so illuminated, and this is such a powerful time to be setting your intentions, going towards what you want to create at this time. And there's this big energy. Look at this devil is pulled out right next to the Ten of Pentacles. See, the devil has been trying to stop your highest timeline, your legacies from coming in. And that's what I mean. They're coming in so fast too, because you were already in alignment for them, but there were certain destiny blockers and certain people that were working against trying to get you to stop from receiving exactly what you were, whether they realized they were doing it or not. You know, a lot of these people that come in to be destiny blockers, they don't even realize that they are. They don't realize that they're, you know what I mean, that they're unhealed and that they're blocking and stopping you and siphoning. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of times we think that people know that they're coming in to use us and stop us, or I know that's how I felt. But literally, like, I know that, like, as much as anybody can tell me, I know that my past lover, that it was his woundings. It was his own woundings that were sabotaging our relationship and getting in the way. And even though other people may have been a factor, it was the woundings, right? And whether the enemy hijacked them, was intensifying them, using them against him, either way, he was still being like letting demonic forces control him. And as much as I was telling him, like, you have to do your shadow work, you have to do your healing, and like, I've separated from him so many times to isolate him, because you do need to do that healing in isolation, right? To get him to do the healing, to heal himself and release those wounds and not let the enemy have access to him. He just couldn't do it, right? Some people aren't strong enough. It's like whenever I'd leave him alone to go do that healing, he'd run to drinking and let the devil get right in there and stop him from healing. And you know, you can't force those people to heal or whatever. So it's like, because he wasn't strong enough to not succumb to his addictions and that he couldn't do the healing, that he let the devil rule him. So he lost his contract. He lost his timeline. So that's what I mean. But did he know that he was being controlled, right? Just because he wasn't doing the healing, you know what I mean? Like, but, and then people don't realize that too. You know, they don't realize that they're being used by dark forces, right? That, you know, it causes people to constantly hurt you and do these things, right? Like, working against you. So for some of you, like, you've had these people working against you, but it's all because their own woundings were getting used against them. But it was holding you back. And I know it's really hard for my healers, right? Because we don't like to leave people behind. But that's why Divine's been coming in and closing these contracts and shutting them down and freeing the ones that have been trapped and stuck in these situations, not knowing how to get out of them and release them. Alright, I was told I was already done with this reading, so I'm going to leave it here. Okay, love and light to all of you guys. Bye.